a lot of jazzers said, because I work with some very heavy jazzers, beautiful people, unbelievable musicians. They said, "You're working with so and so." I won't mention names. They said, "You're working with so and so. What about bass solos?" I said, "That's all I do." It's, and I'm not being flash or anything. It's to have that freedom. If you're working with a jazz quintet in those days, in the 50s, 60s, you're kind of like metronomic. It's like swinging and time, developing that, totally important. But you didn't have that freedom to express yourself, as I was fortunate to do later with whatever. And so doing my own album then became important, because I wanted to say, this is what I'm about. And it's not about jazz or folk or mule blues. It's whatever. And that's why I call it whatever, because I didn't want it to have a tag, And it's really like contemporary improvised music based on traditional forms. And I'm still obsessed. I really, really, before I stuff it, I want to do an English project, because it's been really neglected. We've got beautiful melodies, and English music is not all about blacksmiths and cuckoos. We've got serious, wonderful folk tunes, traditional tunes, and I'd love to do it without destroying the traditions, is have it with modern voices. And I've got people in mind that I want to do it. But of course, it's not a commercial, it'll never be a commercial hit. You don't know, do you? People seem to be more focused on having a hit or something. The thing that really is disturbing is the fact that during these formative years for the young musicians, because of the pandemic, there have been less places to play and develop, which has got nothing to do with wanting to be famous. You just wanted to play, we just want to play to people and develop as musicians. So that's been, but the sad thing is that for me, making records was always within a studio somewhere, where you had other people with similar ambitions, and you could have a cup of tea, have a laugh, tell a joke, like the stuff I did with Nick Drake. I mean, the studio was live. We had all those wonderful string players. We had Stradivarius, Amartis, Grenib, these wonderful musicians. And it wasn't like the pop orchestras where they put wallpaper music on a backing track. These were like LSO musicians. And the principal violinist for the LSO, whose name was, he was the father of the McCallum, the actor who did the I Spy series. He was the dad, was the principal. He was fantastic, and you got Nick Drake sitting in the corner, and there I am, surrounded by all these phenomenal, serious musicians. And I'm saying I came from a non-academic background, and they dished the parts out. And I looked at the parts and I said, can't I play my own? This is nice, but can't I do my own thing? So he said, yeah, okay, Dan, but don't take liberties. No. It's like I said earlier, it's no good going, look, I can play. It's not necessary. If you're playing Riverman, then you play Riverman, you play that song, And so it was fantastic. And the point I'm making is it was wonderful having that association with other people while you're working. But now I get a call from, this is so and so, I'm in Canada. Can I send you a thing? Would you record it? I said, I haven't. I'm probably the only person in the world that doesn't have my own studio. I haven't, but I've got a million mates I can go and record. But then you don't meet this person. In fact, I did an album last year and there was a quartet and 4 people never met. I get the album and then I'll find out who's on drums, who's on guitar, who's singing. I think, hello,